In this video, I will be doing a review of the Rhino Storm LevelerPro. This leveler is one of 3 popular levelers available on the marketplace that utilize a cell phone amp via Bluetooth connection. This allows you to see the level position on your cell phone. The 3 levelers are LogicBlue's LevelMate Pro, Rhino Storm's LevelerPro, and Kohree's RV Leveler. They allow you to rapidly see the level of your RV when setting up at the campsite, both front to back and side to side, without having to walk around the RV with a spirit level. In fact, you can monitor the trailer level position from the cab of your tow vehicle, allowing you to select the most level spot at your campsite. The levelers can be used with both trailers and motorhomes. In this video, we will be looking at Rhino Storm's LevelerPro. This device is made in China, and it is apparently only available on Amazon. I could not really find a reliable source of supply from any other vendor. Now that in itself is not bad, but when it comes to service, it might be an issue because I couldn't find a website that really was very comprehensive. In fact, it does actually state on the box, money back guarantee, no question asked, and if Amazon does not allow return, message the seller to get a full refund. So again, this is generally only available through Amazon. And this actually at least does have a user manual. The characteristics of the RV LevelerPro are an enhanced Bluetooth range, although it does not say how far that is, battery life for up to 2 years, accuracy of 0.1 degrees, an automatic shutoff adjustable from 1 to 320 hours, selectable displays showing a graphic for a travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome, and pop-up camper, and a hitch height feature. And when you mount this, there's a set of arrows, and it has to be mounted up. So it can be mounted in the RV like this, like this, like this, or like this. And the way that you open this is with just a screwdriver or some other blunt object, and basically just a snap-in box. And there's actually an on-off switch on the bottom, and there are 2 CR2450 3-volt lithium batteries. So you may think, well, this is a 6-volt system, but it is not. It's still a 3-volt system because the 2 batteries are in parallel, not series. And if I measure across the positive terminal on each battery, I see 0 volts. That tells me that the positive lead of each battery is at the same potential, which therefore means that they're wired in parallel. If they were wired in series, I would get a 3-volt difference between the 2 batteries. I can measure on the board, and I measure 3.2 volts. So that's further confirmation that this is a 3-volt system. Running the batteries in parallel will double the life, and of course the manufacturer claims up to a 2-year service life. For the mounting location, I chose the front bulkhead where the front storage compartment is, and that's a convenient place to put it. As long as you get it reasonably level, then it's going to be okay. And I actually used a piece of VHB tape to mount it, which came in the box, rather than putting screws in it because I may change the location later. This was just for a test. And the next step is to install the app to your smartphone. Depending on if you have an Android or iPhone, you go to the appropriate app store. And by the way, I'm running an Android system. After installing it, I'm launching the app, and it's waiting for the LevelerPro. And once I turn the LevelerPro on, it will do its Bluetooth thing, and then eventually I'll get to the setup screen. In the setup screen, the first thing you'll select is the unit of measurement in inches or centimeters. Then select the temperature unit you want in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Like most accelerometers, they work better if they're temperature compensated. So this device has an internal temperature mechanism that will make the reading more accurate. And since it just displays the temperature by convenience, it just asks you if you want to see it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Next, it'll ask you your driving position, if the driver's side is on the left side of the vehicle or the right. And next, select your RV type. And so what this does is it just changes the graphic to either a trailer, fifth wheel, or a motorhome, or a pop-up. And as we scroll down to the bottom half of the page, it asks you to select the orientation of the RV Leveler Pro, whether the label faces front, rear, or side. And the next step would be to select the measurement resolution, and it can be anywhere from 0.25 inches to 1.25 inches. And finally, the last step is asking how long the RV Leveler Pro will stay active before it goes to sleep. And this can range from 1 to 320 hours. Note that you can actually put in 0 hours in the delay box, but that didn't seem to really have much of an effect, and when I tried it, the system would turn off fairly quickly. And the button at the bottom, Keep Level, is where you actually calibrate the system. So once the RV is level, then you go into Setup, depress the Keep Level button, and that will record the current position as level. Also, before exiting the setup screen, make sure and select the Save button, otherwise you will lose the changes when you exit setup. And to set the level, we need to go to the button called Keep Level and depress that, which will record a level point. And now we have the level. So if we move this around, you can see where it will change. And also you can record a different level. And so this is what you would use if you needed a hitch height adjustment. Let's say you want to record the hitch position of your RV. You can record it, and then it's saved. And then when you go back, if you want to go to the hitch position, and now it'll tell you where you got to be to have the hitch in the right place so that you can reconnect. The only downside I see to this is there's no way that I found that you can change the label to indicate that that's the hitch position. So you will have to make a mental note that the recorded position is actually the hitch position, if that's what you want to use it for. To use the hitch mode, we will assume you already have the RV level set in the app. When you arrive at the campsite and position the trailer to your liking, raise the hitch of the trailer high enough to clear the ball or fifth wheel pin of the tow vehicle. Next, exit the hitch function and level the trailer according to the leveler. When you are ready to leave the campsite, recall the hitch position in the app and raise the front of the trailer until you reach that position. At this point, you will have enough clearance to hook the trailer to the tow vehicle. I am working on a leveler shootout video between LogicBlue's LevelerPro, Rhino Storm's LevelerPro, and Kohree's RV Leveler. The performance characteristics of the three units will be discussed in that shootout. So if you have any performance questions, wait for that video. That video should be published soon. Visit rv-project.com.